Guys, I have a movie that I want you guys to watch by the name of Roommate. Some of you may have already saw this movie, some of you may have not. This movie has a lot to do with the subject that I will be discussing today. So please click down in the link in the description below so you can watch this movie in your free time. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
She's my friend. I'm her friend. And that's it. We're enough for each other. And that's it.
Good afternoon, my lovely butterflies. This is the Awakened Butterfly, and I am back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video or check out some of my existing content. If you enjoy this type of content, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Happy Tuesday, guys. I missed you so much. I'm very happy to be back posting a video for you guys today. I feel like I haven't posted in forever. I'm working on some things, guys, for the channel, in the midst of still trying to keep some content going for you guys. So please bear with me. I hope that you enjoy the content that I am currently posting, and I do hope that you enjoy the content that I will be posting for you guys in the future. I pray that everyone is continuing to take care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. I love you guys so much, and as always, the love and support that you show me on this channel is always greatly appreciated. Guys, if you haven't already, please make sure that you turn on your post notifications so you will be notified every time I drop a video. Before I get into this video, I would like to give a shout out to my credible sources, Google and TikTok. Guys, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, as you can tell by the title, today we will be discussing secretly jealous and obsessive friends. I know a lot of you out there can relate to this video. A lot of you may feel some suspicions that the person that you're keeping in your company doesn't actually have your best interest at heart. And if you feel that this video is confirmation, if you've prayed about this regarding a friend, go back and pray to the Most High for further confirmation if you feel that this video resonates with you. But this video isn't just a message. This video is, I would say it is a message for everyone, not just for whoever feels that it resonates. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have had best friends and probably still do have best friends, and may have been in situations where you have had to question their behavior. Now, this is not for everyone, because there are people out there that have great friendships and that they've developed over the years with people, and they haven't had to deal with these type of things. However, in the times we are living in now, there's a lot of betrayal going on. There's a lot of deceitful people out here because, you know, the devil is really using this earth as his playground right now. And he's really trying to make his mark in several ways and with everyone that he can. And there's situations where you may have had friends that you felt were secretly jealous of you and they didn't like you, but you really didn't want to seem arrogant by thinking that they were jealous of you, so you just disregarded their actions altogether. And in today's video, I want to discuss some key signs and red flags to look for when you're dealing with a secretly jealous and obsessive friend. Now, when someone is secretly jealous of you and obsessive over you, they may appear to be loving, caring, and supportive. But on the inside, they hold a hidden jealousy, a hidden sense of jealousy and envy towards you. And these feelings are usually coincided with them developing an unhealthy obsession with your life. You know, they want to know everything that you have going on. They want to have an input, and they want to have a part of a lot of personal decisions that you make, a lot of life choices that you deal with, a lot of activities that you take part in on a day-to-day basis. They want to be there. They want to know everything that you're doing every step of the way, while holding this negative energy towards you. And that's very dangerous for someone to feel very negative towards you on the inside, but they want to spend every waking moment with you because they have an unhealthy obsession with your life. They can even go as far as to secretly stalk or monitor you and intentionally try and sway you in the wrong direction without your permission or acknowledgement. Because, when you're dealing with people that you consider to be very close to you, people that you consider as a best friend, the last thing that you would think about is them betraying you. You've held them that high of a standard to call them a best friend. The last thing you would think about is them doing something underhanded behind your back. Now, these things, with that being said, it's hard to see at first because of that. And especially when you are dealing with someone who is appearing to do everything that a good friend does. They're that shoulder that you need, to lean on. They're there. They're loyal and trustworthy. You feel that you could tell them everything. You practically tell them everything about you. They support you when you're going through something. I mean, they're showing up and they're showing out for you to the point to where you would never think that they would do anything to hurt you. And sometimes, if not careful, these actions that they portray can overshadow their underlying behaviors and their true intentions for you. A lot of times, their underlying behaviors will begin to show. They will begin to leak out over time once they get comfortable with you, once they feel that they've figured you out. Especially if they feel that you're an easygoing, calm person, you don't anger easily. These type of people will try to push your buttons. And they will do things like make slick, underhanded compliments towards you. They may say things like, "Why are you wearing that? We're only going to the store." Or, "I see that you got your hair done. Do you like it? It looks okay." Just things that it seems that they're throwing a compliment out there, but they're trying to down talk you at the same time. It's their way of giving you what they feel you want to hear, and at the same time relieving a lot of the negative energy that they've been having bottled up towards you the whole time, because they've been pretending this whole time. And I'm just going to let you guys know, a person can only pretend for so long. If you are dealing with someone like this, you will begin to see their true intentions towards you. It will begin to show through their actions. Sometimes you may also notice when you're dealing with a jealous and obsessive friend, they may seem to be unhappy when you share good news with them. It's sometimes, have you ever had a friend where everything was going good, and then when you told them something good, some good news that was going on in your life, maybe you got a new job, or you're starting a business, or just anything, you're getting closer to God, whatever the case may be, anything to change yourself for the better, it seems that their whole mood changes. And since you, as their bestie, has been dealing with them for so long, and they've been portraying this type of behavior, you feel, oh, this is just who they are. It's nothing. That's just how they act sometimes. They have mood swings. They'll be okay in a little while. And then you go on about your business and continue to hang out with them like everything is okay. Not knowing that this person is really not happy for you, and they're very disappointed in your accomplishments. You have to really pick up on this type of behavior when you're dealing with people. And I'm not saying monitor a person and watch them, just to see it. But you won't even have to do that, guys. Trust me, it will show. And if any of you have experienced this already, it's, you're probably like, you know what? It makes sense now. They can also be very nosy, obsessed with every little detail of your life. your plans, your relationships, constantly calling you, always asking you, what are you doing, throughout the day. If any of you have a friend like that, they call you all the time, what you doing, all day long, as if they don't have anything going on themselves. They're acting as if they're checking up on you and they're really interested in your friendship, but really they're monitoring your every move. They're obsessed. They want to know everything that you have going on. And when people do this, a lot of times this type of obsession, when they do this, it leads to them beginning to try and copy you, try and imitate your behavior, imitate your personality, your style, from your clothing to your hair, even studying and imitating the way you talk, the way you act. It's like they do all these things in hopes of manifesting your life. And guys, this brings me back to destiny swapping. A lot of jealous and obsessive friends are known for doing this. They want what you have. And a lot of the times, they will go to great measures in order to do so. But whatever God has for you, no one can take it away. And even if someone did do something underhanded, the Most High will take care of it. You will be restored. And you will be protected. And the Most High will seek his judgment and vengeance upon that person. You don't even have to do it. It also seems that when you're dealing with people like this, they seem more enthused to comfort you when you're going through something. And this happens, all these things happens once their true intentions begin to show. Once you begin to really notice, you begin to notice that this person is more enthused to comfort you when you are going through something rather than be happy for you when something good is happening in your life. On the other hand, this person will turn around and bombard you with their problems and their issues, draining your energy, telling you everything, all of their problems, excessively oversharing their information. And this is in hopes of receiving your full attention and credibility. When they do these things, it's a difference between confiding in a friend and bombarding a friend with your problems to the point to where it becomes their problems. Now they're feeling drained and confused. It's a certain way to do things. And normally when a jealous, obsessive friend does something like this, it's because they want all of your attention, especially when you become close friends or already have, especially if you become close friends with someone else or you already had a close friend prior to your relationship with this person. Always pay attention to those type of friends who become envious of you when you have other friends. Always pay attention to someone that they jokingly say things like, you are my friend and I don't share my friends with anyone. When you hear people say that, it's a reason. They don't want you to become friends with other people because they want to be the center of your life. They want to be the center of attention. They already feel that they're in control of you due to their obsession that they have towards you, due to the manipulation that they feel that they've placed you under. So they feel if you get another friend, it's going to not only pull you away from them, but open your eyes to what they're trying to do. Because trust me, they're not hanging with you. If they don't have good intentions for you, they're not hanging around you for nothing. They're only hanging around you so they can find the right time to destroy you. These people are not only jealous when you have other friendships, they're also jealous of your romantic relationships, whether you're married or you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And they will also try and come between you and your partner, whether they try and do something to just spread you guys apart, or whether, and this can include them trying to come on to your partner, or they can do something secretly behind closed doors to separate you guys, and you will never know it. And the whole time you're crying to them about your breakup, not knowing that they're the one that caused it. They will also do things like compare themselves to you, saying things like, I wish I could be as confident as you, or I wish I could, do whatever, the case may be. They will say things like that. Never let it slide when you have a friend that's constantly comparing themselves to you. Or they can say things like, I wish my boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or, whatever was as sweet and faithful as yours. Always pay attention to people that make these type of comparisons, because these are people that usually desire something that you have. And they could secretly, behind closed doors, they could be trying to come up with ways to ruin things for you because they don't have it, or to try and find a way to take what you have. Guys, everything that I just mentioned are most definitely red flags and things to pay close attention to. Now, guys, I have a story time for you guys that relates to this topic. But first, I want to show you guys a clip of a woman talking about a situation that occurred with someone in her family due to them having a jealous and envious friend. Check this out, and I'll be right back.
Watch out for people who are jealous of you. Yeah. Watch out for the people who are jealous of you. Watch out for them women around you who are jealous of you, because women who are jealous of you are very vindictive. My grandmother used to tell me this story, and this is why she was very leery of allowing us to be around people, women, especially girls, who she didn't get a good vibe from. Because, girl, let me just tell you, okay, so her cousin used to have these groups of friends that she would go out with practically every weekend. Okay, my grandma was born in 1931. That's neither here nor there. So her cousin, we're going to call her cousin Jamie. So Jamie would always go out with her group of friends. Her friend Tiffany, Bertha, and Leola all the time. Now, Tiffany, who was her best friend, had a boyfriend. Okay? So Jamie and Tiffany, they would always hang out like this. So one day, as Jamie was getting ready for the juke joint, okay, Tiffany came over with a wig and was like, hey, Jamie, I got this wig for you, girl. I think it'll be really cute. So Jamie put on the wig. And I'm like, yeah, I like this wig, blah, blah. Girl, so they go out to the little juke joint. Baby, why the freak Jamie head start tingling? So she's just like, oh my God, my head is tingling. Like, I don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, her head started hurting. Like she got a massive headache, and she could not understand why she had a headache. She thinking, dang, maybe this wig that Tiffany brought me a little too tight. Okay? So as she got the headache, she like, okay, I got to go home. I got to go home. I got to get up out of here. And then she fainted. Do y'all know that Tiffany either put something in that wig or on the wig? Because baby, Jamie went crazy. They ended up having to put her in an insane asylum. Okay? Now, keep in mind, Jamie was gorgeous, beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful, long, Indian looking hair. Like she was gorgeous, because my grandmother, girl, her mom was half Indian. So it was her mom's sister daughter. Okay, so yeah, her first cousin. Girl, Jamie went crazy. They had to end up cutting off all her hair. Baby, she went into the insane asylum, and that's where she died. Okay? All because Tiffany's boyfriend liked Jamie, and Tiffany was jealous of Jamie. So to get her get back, Tiffany gave Jamie a laced wig, which drove Jamie crazy. I'm letting y'all know, please, if you see that people are jealous of you, If you see that these females don't really rock with you like that, and you know the signs that a person is jealous of you, they don't celebrate you. I always want to say things like, oh, I see your little hairdo. Always got to put on makeup. We just going to the store. Stuff like that. Those are signs of jealousy in your friendship. Be mindful of people like that. Stay clear of people like that. Because you never know. You never know what could transpire in the future. You always want to keep yourself safe.
Hey guys, I have a story time that I would like to talk to you guys about. And this story is about the time I had a jealous and obsessive friend. Guys, this story took place in 2007 or 2008. I want to say this took place in 2008. Okay, I had just recently moved in a new apartment building, and I had some friends over, and I was outside and I saw some neighbors sitting outside on their porch on their side of their apartments. And me being young, me being friendly at that time in my life, guys, I was very naive and gullible. I like to make friends all the time. I like to hang out with people. I wanted people to know that I was a good person. I wanted people to like me. You know, I don't want to say I was so much as a people pleaser. I was genuinely a good person, and I like to make people happy. You know, I like to invite people to dinner in my home. I was just a very authentic, genuine person. And guys, now I'm still a good person, but I am nothing like I was back then. I have been through enough being the way that I was that has taught me to set boundaries, limitations, to pray to the Most High for discernment. I mean, I had to go through all of that in order to get to where I am now. But with that being said, guys, I met this girl. She was actually sitting on the porch with some people that I used to go to school with. So I was going over there intentionally to talk to them, and she was, you know, amongst their company. And I started talking to her. I noticed when I first met her, she was very quiet. The first impression I got of her, I thought she was maybe kind of mean, you know, from the expression that she had on her face, but I didn't want to assume anything just by how someone looked. And I was the type of person, you know, back then, if you had that type of look on your face, I was going to turn that frown into a smile. I was going to tell a joke. I was going to say something to make you laugh, you know, make you feel, you know, warmth and hospitality. You know, I was just one of them type of people. I just wanted to see everybody happy. So that's what I did. You know, I offered everybody something to drink. You know, I invited all of them up to my house. I cooked for everybody. We listened to music. We just had a good time. So from then on out, after she had that encounter with me, it made her feel more comfortable coming around me without her friends. You know, and her friends were the people that I used to go to school with. So she used to come and knock on my door, you know, and say, hey, I came to hang out with you. You know, is that okay? And when I had free time, when I wasn't studying or anything like that, we hung out. And I noticed that after a while of us hanging out, I noticed that she had a temper. And the temper wasn't towards me. I noticed that she was quick-tempered towards other people. And a lot of these people that she was quick-tempered with was people that she knew, you know, before I even met her. And it was a lot of the people also that she lived with, which was some of my schoolmates, of course. And I was like, whoa, you know, when, you know, thinking in my head, I was like, wow, because me, I'm calm and I'm easygoing. You have to kind of push me to get me angry. But once I do get mad, I do get upset. But it takes a lot to get me to that point. And now I set boundaries with people, so I don't even let myself get to that point anymore. And I was just seeing that people were getting her so upset. It seems that I would say this, her temperament didn't match the situations. I don't know how to explain that, but a lot of things that I noticed she was getting mad about, it really wasn't something to get that upset about. So I found myself trying to keep her calm in certain situations, like, hey, let's go get something to eat, or let's go hang out. Don't let this upset you. I noticed that she was very obsessed with her roommate, which was one of my classmates. She was very obsessed with her roommate's relationship. And she was getting upset over things that was going on with her friend and her friend's partner. And I was trying to explain to her that there's some things that you have no control over. That's your friend. I know you want the best for her, but there's some things that you can't intervene in because it's things that they're going to have to work out on their own. And it wasn't a domestic violence situation or anything like that, to where, it wasn't anything to where as a best friend you will feel forced to intervene. It was just, regular relationship things, that sometimes you just have to stay out of and let the people who are in the actual relationship handle. And she was getting very, very angry with this man, to the point where she was trying to fight him. And they were threatening to put her out of their home. And when me seeing all this was within such a short period of time of being around her, I was like, whoa, this is a lot, but she would always come to me and say, I know you just saw me react this way, but these people are making me very angry, and they are treating me so bad, and they're leaving me with no choice but to act this way. And now I feel that I'm her friend at this point. So now I'm trying to see her point of view. I'm like, well, if this is happening, if people are treating you wrong, you may have to separate yourself. Well, let's just say I spoke too soon when I said this. I would say not even 3 days later, she called me, and she was breathing hard, and she was sounding so upset. She was like, I need somewhere to go. I need somewhere to go. I really need to come to your house right now. If I don't come to your house, I'm going to jail. Guys, this completely caught me off guard, because not only am I in a relationship with someone and we live together, but I am also in the midst of leaving the house. And the person that I'm with, they're not even at home. They're at work. I can't consult with them as us being partners, saying, hey, this person needs a place to stay. And we're gonna call her Portia, okay? Because I'm tired of I don't want to just keep saying this person. I don't want to say her name. So we're gonna say Portia. I couldn't talk to my partner at that time because they were at work, and say, hey, Portia needs to come here because she's having, a situation. And I was already on my way out of the door, leaving with a family member. So I'll be honest, guys, even though I was friends with this girl, I hadn't known her that long, to the point to where I wanted to leave her in my house when I wasn't there. So now I just feel that I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm like, and you know what, guys? I guess you can say I was something like a people pleaser back then, because I just couldn't see myself telling her no. I felt really bad. And even though I hadn't consulted my partner, I still let her come to my house, so she wouldn't be arrested. And I told her, I said, you can come to my house. You can't move in or anything like that, but you can sit here and get yourself calm. You can go make you something to eat, get something to drink, sit down, watch TV, get your mind right until this stuff blows over. Well, I was gone for about an hour. I went to visit my grandmother. When I came back quicker than I planned because I received a phone call, from her telling me that I had to get back there because she felt that she was about to go to jail. Now, guys, this really just set me for a loop because I'm like, at this time, I'm like, what is going on? I just really became friends with this person, a few months ago, and all of this is happening already. So at this point, I'm thinking huge red flag. Okay, I get home. There was a police car in front of her friend's house, which was the girl that I went to school with, my classmate. Okay. Once I get to my house, I'm asking her what happened. She said, I feel that I'm going to jail. She said, I just beat up my friend's boyfriend's cousin. And I said, why did you do that? She said, because she was making fun of my weight. Now, Portia, she was, she was kind of on the, bigger, heavier side, not talking about her or anything like that. But, she was a little thick or whatever. She had a little, and she said that the girl made comment about her weight. And at that time, I did notice that she, used to make comments about being insecure about her weight. And I always used to, try and lift her up and let her know, how pretty she was and, never let this, get in the way of who you really are. And we used to actually go walking and do things like that, trying to exercise together. I tried to be a supportive friend and lift her up on the things that she felt insecure about. And she said when the girl made fun of her weight, she said she lost it and she just beat her up. And I was telling her, I said, hurt people, and people are going to say things, but don't let what people say push you to the point to where you lose yourself and lose who you are. Guys, no longer than I said that, she received a text from her friend saying that she was probably about to go to jail because the cousin decided to press charges. No sooner than that, the police is pulling in front of my house. And I really wasn't happy about that because I didn't want all of that stuff coming to my house. At the same time, I was the one that told her she can come there. I only lived 3 doors down, so they knew exactly where she was going. They saw her when she walked out of the house. They knew where she was going. So she said, I know that they're here for me. She was like, I'm not even going to put you in a situation where they have to knock on your door. I'm going to walk outside. So when she walked outside, she asked me to come out with her. And when I walked out with her, the police told her that she was going to jail for assault. So now, she's in jail. Okay. They took her to jail and she wasn't in there. I think she was only in there for maybe 2 weeks. And she contacted me a couple of times and she was telling me that since that happened, she may not have a place to live because of that situation. And she may have to live with me. And I told her that I have to run that by my partner. We have to come to a mutual agreement before I make that decision. And one part of me was telling me, don't get involved with this, with this girl, just cut it off right here. And then another side was saying, go ahead and help her out and give her somewhere to live, you know. But guys, when I saw her, how mad and angry she got over small things, that's what, made me second guess about letting her in my home. But my heart overweighed everything else, and I talked to my partner about it, and they were a little hesitant at first because we just met her a few months ago. And but they was like, okay, I guess, but if things start going left, then they just have to go ahead and leave. Because I wouldn't have felt bad about, I felt better then, because I'm like, okay, if things go left, she does have somewhere else to go. She had a lot of family. She had other places to go. So, which it leads me to tell you that too, guys. And I know you're probably wondering, why would she want to come and live with you when she has family? And I'm going to get to that. Okay, so it got to the point to where it was time for her to get out, and she asked me, could she come and live with me? I went on ahead and told her yes. So she went to her friend's house, got her things, and she brought them to my house. I had an extra room for her, so everything worked out. Now, as far as her paying me for living there, she didn't have a job at that time. So the agreement was, you could just buy, help buy food from time to time. And because she said she had plans on getting on her feet, quick, she had a plan or whatever. So, I wasn't rushing her, but I was just letting her know, until I'm not expecting you to give me anything. You don't have a job, just, put in on food. And this was a mutual agreement with me and my partner as well. So everything was fine at first, I did see times where it seemed that she, was upset about things at times, or sad at times, where I would see her looking down. If I walked past the room and her door was open, I would go in and talk to her. We would do each other nails and, things like that, hang out, talk. Well, things began to go left when I began to spend time with other friends. And that's when I began to notice her attitude towards me. And there was one particular time when one of my friends came over, which happened to be one of my cousin's girlfriends. So I really looked at her as family. And we went to the store. We went to the gas station, and we were coming right back. So she was in her room. So I didn't feel a need to ask her if she wanted to go. I just ran to the store, got the drinks, and just came right back. Well, when we came back, she was waiting on the steps, and she was looking very upset at me. And she said, so why didn't you ask me if I wanted to go? Guys, when she said that, my stomach just, I mean, me and my cousin's girlfriend just kind of stopped in our tracks, and we kind of, my eyes just kind of like got big, and my stomach balled up, because I just wasn't expecting that. When I left, she was in her room doing her nails, because we were just making a 2-minute run to the store and come back. So I didn't see it as a big deal. This girl lives with me. We spend a lot of time together. I really didn't think that she would be upset about me running to the gas station and coming right back. And I said, well, I didn't think you cared or wanted to go, because I was just, going to the store and back. I said, but I did bring you something, because I was getting drinks for everyone. So I did bring her something back. It's not like I excluded her or anything. I was in the car with someone else. So I just, guys, some things doesn't need, it really doesn't need to be explained to someone, something that small. At least that's what I thought. But yeah, she got upset about that. And she was like, I feel like you're really trying to be funny with me. You're trying to exclude me. And I said, no, that's never the case. So we all began to hang out together. I went and got everything. I made dinner. We all hung out together anyway. The only time she wasn't included is when I made a store run and came back. So, that right there, guys, that was another major red flag for me. And I noticed the rest of the night when we had family over, I noticed that she was giving my cousin's girlfriend dirty looks the whole time. And as if she didn't like her. And I noticed that when everyone left, she was like, I didn't like her because it just seems like she's stuck up. And I'm like, really? I mean, guys, if you would have seen how friendly my cousin's girlfriend was, it would have really shocked you that she said that she was stuck up and wasn't communicating with her, because she was. And then I also noticed that when other people began to come around, some of my cousins and people in my family, she would always find a problem with them. She didn't like anyone that I brought around, and they didn't treat her any different than they treated me and everyone else. So I'm thinking, whoa, this is crazy. She's really getting upset because I'm around other people. And the reason why it was so easy for me to come to that conclusion, because I noticed when no one else was around, everything was fine. It was laughing, talking, joking, it wasn't a problem. So that's when I began to say, okay, yeah, it's something going on with this. Well, shortly after that, I began to notice she was getting an attitude with me. And the attitude would always have something to do with me being around other people. And I was thinking, I don't think her being here is going to be such a good idea, because she's always mad to the point to where I felt that she would snap, over small things. I felt that me continuing to have company was going to make her snap one day, that she was going to pick a fight with somebody because she didn't like them being there. And one day, all of a sudden, she said that she was going to move out and move in with her aunt. And that was kind of a relief for me, because I really didn't want to deal with the negativity anymore. So things, she left on a peaceful note. It was fine. But she was still, I can tell that she was kind of upset with me at the same time. That's why she just upped and left out of nowhere. But she still left on a peaceful note. She didn't cause any problems or anything like that. Well, she still began to call me consistently, ask me what I was doing. She still began to come around. She was still coming around. And one particular time, she came to my house and she was very upset. She said she needed someone to talk to. And she said that she had just, guys, what I'm about to say really just threw me for a loop, okay? This girl said that she had just beat up her aunt because her aunt said something that she did not like. And that's when I started asking her questions. I said, you fight your aunt? And she was like, yeah. And I fight my mama and my sisters. And that's when I began to say, whoa, this is something that I'm not ready for, and I don't think I will ever be ready for. I just didn't agree with that type of disrespect. Especially after finding out that after some time, I began to meet the rest of her family members. And they began to, say things revolving around her having a bad temper and her beating people up all the time and her always going to jail for assault. I didn't know that she had a jail record for always doing those things. So it just really began to make sense after I began to, spend time with her family. Well, guys, this particular incident is where I drew the line. Well, she, after she put her hands on her aunt and everything like that, and she went to jail. When she got out of jail and she came back around, I let her know right then. I said, you really have a bad temper. I said, and I've realized the whole time, this time we've been friends, it mainly consisted around me trying to calm you down, me trying to break you up, from getting into fights with people. This is getting out of hand. You have to learn to control your anger. I just had to tell her. I felt that as a real friend, I had to let her know that her anger was getting out of control. And when I told her that, I offended her. And I can tell that I offended her because she began to to say things indicating that I was acting funny with her. I didn't want to be around her. Trying to make assumptions that I was acting like everyone else in her life when I was really trying to tell her something to help her. She was constantly going to jail. She was constantly having to go to anger management. She was getting into fights at random places. It was getting out of hand, guys, to the point to where I made up my mind. One more incident and this friendship is over. Well, guys, I'm just going to let you know right now, it did not take long. She got into a fight with her mom at the gas station. A public fight with her mom. And she called me. Her mom called me. And she asked me, was she with me? And I said no. And she said, well, I'm getting her arrested because she just assaulted me at a gas station. Once I got off the phone with her mom, I made up my mind right then and there. This friendship is completely over. I cannot do this anymore. I'm done. That is it. Well, guys, it got to the point to where I stopped answering her phone calls. I stopped going around her. One day I looked out of my window and she was sitting in my driveway. She was just sitting there. And she sat there for a long time. When I mean anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, guys. She just sat there and she wouldn't leave. And it was very suspicious to me. And after that, she pulled off. Well, I began to feel funny at times, as if something was taking place with me spiritually, as if someone was trying to conduct witchcraft over my life or something dark. Well, over time, I began to hear people coming back telling me that she's telling people that she doesn't like me anymore and she doesn't hang with me anymore. And, even some people saying that she wanted to fight me when she saw me. And that's when I began to realize that I was dealing with a troublemaker. And I made up my mind right then. I said, I will never have anything to do with this person again. And I realized that everything that I thought was a real friendship, it was not. Her telling me that she had my back, her telling me that other people were not my real friend, she was my friend, but at the same time her actions was showing something else. Very obsessive, but at the same time, very envious. Um, I say all of that to say this. I cut ties with her and I told her how I felt. I told her that I had no plans on being friends with her again. And that was what it was. And I have seen her, a few years back since then. We were both in the same area, in the same place. And I didn't say anything to her. And I didn't have any intentions on saying anything to her. Because, guys, once someone shows you who they are, that's who they are. And it's no way around that. If someone is constantly getting into fights with people over small things and you're around them, it's only a matter of time before they're going to try and pick a fight with you over something small, because that's who they are. And I didn't want to see that at first. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, she doesn't have a bad temper. People are just picking on her. Maybe that's what it is. But after being around her, I realized that she really, had a bad temper, especially when things didn't go her way. So, guys, I don't have any ill will towards this person. I wish her the best. I pray that the Most High is with her. I pray that He is guiding her in the right direction pertaining to the will that He has for her life. I don't have ill will towards people after God shows me how they are. I just simply separate myself. I feel that that's the best thing to do. If you feel that your friendship is, something worth saving, set boundaries and limitations with this person. If you feel that the person is obsessive and they're not jealous, they're just simply obsessive, which personally I feel that obsession is stemmed from jealousy. I don't really feel that there's nothing you can do to reconcile with a person that's jealous and envious of you, because I feel that no matter what type of agreement you guys come to, they're going to always have those feelings towards you unless they pray for deliverance, from those feelings. And I feel that, until they are healed and delivered from those negative feelings they have towards you, you don't need to be around them, because there's no telling what that person might try and do to you, based on the way that they feel. Jealousy is a very dangerous emotion, and love is very dangerous because it turns into obsession. And a person can love everything about you, but hate that all those things are connected to you and not them. So it's a dangerous love-hate relationship. So pay attention to the signs, guys. If any of you are in a situation with someone and you feel that some of these key points, if not all of them that I discussed today in this video, is related to your situation, pray to the Most High about what steps you need to take next. And, I really feel that, it's really obvious when you're dealing with people like this. You don't even have to ask. I think you should just go ahead and set boundaries and limitations with this person. But still pray to the Most High for clarity, discernment, and wisdom regarding your situation. Because I'm not God, and I most certainly can't, lead you spiritually to where you need to be with pertaining to a relationship with someone. But God can. He knows what's best. He knows things that we don't know. However, God does give us common sense. He gives us discernment, wisdom, and clarity. And when you are dealing with people like this, it's really nothing to think about. Separate. I don't feel like there's no setting boundaries and limitations with these type of people. I've tried and it never worked, because people are going to be who they are. And in the midst of that, you have to come to a conclusion in your mind that you're not going to deal with it. You don't have to. A person can be whoever they want to be, but if it doesn't serve you in a positive way, you are not subjected to deal with it. So with that being said, guys, like this video, share this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this video served as confirmation for someone. If it did, please be sure to pray back to the Most High for further confirmation. All right. I have more videos coming your way. I love you guys so much. Continue to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Y'all stay safe and prayed up out there. And until the next video, peace and blessings. Mwah.